Hi, I'm Dan.
And I'm Marc.
And this is the Dark Ballcast.
This week sponsored by Heavy Breasts and Significant Udders.
So, tell me, what's this week's podcast about, Marc?
I've got a marketing idea.
A marketing
No, I'm
idea.
going to see. It's a pre-existing company. So you've heard of Weetabix.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. So I was walking down the cereal aisle of a supermarket, a supermarché, and I saw the Weetabix on the shelves. Just because I wasn't in the market for cereal, I was just cutting down that aisle.
Yeah.
Just the aisle I would just happen to be in. And I was just sort of gazing at the shelves. I saw the Weetabix, the name brand Weetabix,
Real Weetabix. Not wheat bisques.
not Wheat Bisques.
Yeah. Or brown tangles.
No, proper classy Weetabix.
Okay.
And on the front of the box, it says Weetabix.
I'd expect that.
That's what lets you know
That you're looking
that
at
it's Weetabix. Yeah, because otherwise it'd just be a blank box, and no one would buy that because you wouldn't know what was in it.
Doesn't it surprise you that there's not Braille on cereal boxes?
Yeah, but how do the blind people, how do they know they're in the cereal aisle anyway?
By the Braille?
What, of the big fucking signs hanging from the roof?
No, because they touch a box and they go, "Oh, this is cereal."
Yeah, but like in Asda, the cereal's right at the back. In Tesco it is as well. So you've got a lot of stumbling around.
Yeah, if they've
before
made
you
it
get
that
to
far,
the Weetabix.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Carry on with your story.
Yeah, so it says Weetabix, and then it says hot or cold. Because I think they're trying to do a campaign like to encourage people to say, hey, you can eat Weetabix cold or hot.
No.
Now, I had an idea. Straight as soon as that, right, this is what popped into my head the second I saw Weetabix hot or cold. That obviously you get, what is it, like 24 bisques in a box. My idea is Weetabix now make one single one of those bricks molten hot. But you don't know which one it is. So when you take your Weetabix out in the morning, you don't know if you're going to get a normal Weetabix or if you're going to get one that's inordinately hot.
Just mega hot.
Just like you put it in and you put the milk on and it goes, shit, I've got the lava brick.
I'm already seeing major logistical issues.
Like what?
Who's paying for the staff to heat these Weetabix? Because while they're on the shelf, they're going to cool, Marc. And at that point, once they've cooled, they'll become a Weetabix stone.
No,
won't they?
I thought about that. It's going to be a Weetabix with a little, like, with something inside it that stays, like some technology that stays hot. You know, like them hand warmers where you press the little button inside them and they go dead hot.
But Marc, those little buttons are edible. What are you going to do there?
Yeah, but to be fair, I think if you tried to eat the molten Weetabix, you'd die before you got to the centre anyway.
I don't think the technology exists. So here's what I think had happened. It wouldn't be a guessing game because each box would have to be shipped with a servant of some kind to heat the Weetabix.
All
so
right, then, fine, then it'll be really, really expensive.
It'll be expensive. No, but it wouldn't be like a game to know which one's hot and cold because you'd see him coming. You wake up, you go to your cereal cupboard. Oh, he wasn't here yesterday. Why has he stood behind me all of a sudden?
Right, well, you have him there until the box is finished. From opening the box.
So he waits with the box?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you'd
and
see
then when
him.
you finish the box, then it goes back to the factory.
So you're tipping your Weetabix out and you're like...
You know what? I was really proud of this idea
Marc,
and all you're doing is fucking it right up.
And as you go to tip one of them out... Suddenly he's got a blowtorch.
No, it's just always hot.
Right, always.
We need to find a way to make the bisque constantly hot.
Have you considered writing to Weetabix?
Briefly, yeah.
Right.
But I might. What I'll do is, I think I'll do that for the next podcast.
Okay. Yes. No,
because
right.
do you know, right? Speaking of writing to to companies.
Yeah.
Notice how Aldi never got back to us.
Mm.
Because I recently went on that social media marketing course, didn't I?
Yeah.
By the way, we've got a TikTok now. Follow that. And we were talking about like branding and stuff, and how like the big brands, you just know who they are, even if you see just the C from Coca-Cola. And I said, "Oh, my mate, he loves ZX Cola from Aldi." And then I said, "And do you know what?" I said, "We emailed Aldi to ask what the ZX stood for, and they couldn't tell us." And these people in this class looked at me like I was a fucking lunatic. Because none of them had listened to this podcast. And to be fair, I didn't tell him it was for the podcast.
As I was sat there and you was telling that story, it never once occurred to me that the people in the class would have thought that was weird. Like, in my head, I was like, go on, tell me, what did they say? I bet they were appalled as well. But they weren't. They were like, what the fuck is this guy on about?
Because no one said anything. And I was like, but then this never got back to me. And I said, when they did come back to me, they was like, why do you want to know? And I was like, well, this is bad customer service. I shouldn't have to tell you. And then someone else was like, no, why should you have to tell them why you want to know? They should just tell you. And I said, I'll tell you why they didn't tell me, because it doesn't stand for fucking anything.
But
it's the edgy letters.
But don't you think that is good marketing? I don't know what the hell that means.
I won't drink it though, so no.
But I drink enough for the both of us. Because they've got me there, Marc.
Do you know what? I think Aldi gets too much free time on this podcast.
Send them an invoice.
So, in the news, there's a new nonce.
A new one?
Yeah, a new one. Well, I'm not sure if he's a nonce. I think when it came out, it was sort of like it was going to be nonce-ish.
Right.
So basically...
Wait, it was what?
Nonce-ish.
Oh, no, but the word before... It was...
I genuinely don't remember. What's wrong with me?
I thought you said scurvy nonce-ish.
I don't think that was correct at all.
It doesn't sound right.
So, the BBC was like, oh, we've suspended a presenter.
Oh.
We're not going to name presenter. But we
Scallop Philfield.
No, it's not.
It wasn't him.
He's ITV, you fucking idiot.
Fucking
Do you know how stupid you look right now?
Well, I mean, it's all right. It's only you looking at me, so... I'm worried about our sound.
There's there was this presenter, and some allegations came out that he was offering young men money for photos.
Oh God!
And I think when it came out, it was implied that they were underage. Now I think it's sort of come out that they're like 17 or something.
Okay,
which is still quite young though, considering that this guy's old.
I mean, it's still wrong.
So absolutely. But so for ages there was loads of speculation.
They just shouldn't have rehired Jimmy Savile.
I know.
I don't know what they were doing.
I don't understand either.
No, who is it?
It's Hugh Edwards.
I've never heard of him.
The Welsh news presenter. You'll know him when you see a picture of him.
What the fuck?
But it's only just come out now about it being him.
Hugh Edwards.
Yeah, you'll know him when you see him. Yeah.
What a prick.
There you go.
Nah, mate.
You'll know his voice. He narrates all the important British stuff. Like he was the commentator for the Queen's funeral and...
Who was the guy that did Big Brother?
What?
You know, the voice on Big Brother.
Was he Rant or Deck, wasn't it? Geordie.
It wasn't, was
it? It's only
it?
one of them two.
Oh, fucking hell.
There's no other famous Newcastle.
Never heard of him.
Well, anyway, it's turned out it's him, but the way it's turned out it's him is amazing, because there was all this speculation, people going, it's fucking Gary Lineker, or it's fucking them.
What?
It's fucking... saying, it's better to this presenter.
Why did they turn it into like a Guess Who? Why did they just fucking name him?
Yeah, I know. But then he's only been named because his wife has come out and said, look, it's Hugh Edwards.
Full name.
It's Hugh Edwards. He's got mental health issues. He's now being treated in hospital for like a proper depressive episode.
There's not a cure for being a pedo. Is there?
Biglets.
Oh no.
So they said, he's in hospital for one of his like a really bad depression episode, and obviously he will respond when he's out.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what she hopes to gain from releasing that statement.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I mean? Like, first of all, now, it just sounds like a grass.
Yeah. And
Snitches get stitches.
But don't you...
But are we all supposed to go, oh, well...
Oh, he's depressed, we'll let him off.
As long as he's sad...
Yeah.
As long as he's medically sad...
Oh, God.
That's all right. But do you know the worst... The worst thing about all of it is I put a bet online about who it would be.
Right.
I put £1,000 on Attenborough.
So I recently took a trip to York and there was a few dead cool nerd shops.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that have your board games and your comics and your mangas and things like that. So I decided, nerd! Exactly. So I was like, manga kind of looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was really, there's so fucking much of it. So
it's cute that you think that.
So I asked the nerd lord, the one that runs the shop, I was like, where'd you start? And he picked me one out called Chainsaw Man. And that is so extreme and over the top.
Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, and when he has his power or whatever, this fucking chainsaw grows out of his forehead and out of his arms and stuff. It's ridiculous and so over the top. But it got me thinking about really fucking stupid superpowers. What we could maybe come up with a few.
Right, okay.
So I'll get the ball rolling.
On the spot, right.
So everyone's heard of Spider-Man. Is he probably one of the most famous
I'd say,
superheroes?
along with Batman, he's probably the most famous superhero.
Jesus Christ. So
No, I won't call him a superhero. Imagine if you could class Jesus as a superhero.
I mean, he kind of is.
Well, yeah, no, I'd say that. I think you could call him as the world's first superhero.
I think he's probably the most famous as well.
Probably, yeah.
Everyone's heard of Jesus Man.
Jesus Man.
So I was thinking, Spider-Man, he's got his webs. So imagine you've got webs as well, but in a different sense. You do a hand signal at someone, and all of a sudden, the hands and feet become webbed. It's not really much good for fighting crime.
I was going to say, how would that help?
Well, it wouldn't.
Oh. so it's not a power then,
Just a good laugh, isn't it?
Or could you also use it to de-web stuff that's already webbed? Oh. So you could do it to a duck.
There's a frog.
And all of a sudden its feet aren't webbed anymore.
What a terrifying thought if you're a duck. I imagine this duck waking up in a cold sweat because it's just had a nightmare about losing its webbed feet.
It's like us waking up with no toes.
Trying to explain to the other ducks, it was just 3 sticks. Frogs suddenly have hands.
Human
hand. Another power right there. Whatever you point at turns into human hands.
You'd
have great fun at the Olympics. The ski jump. They're going down the hill, you turn the skis into human hands.
Imagine invisibility. That's a big one, isn't it? A big power.
Yeah,
invisibility. Imagine invisibility, but you can only make one limb invisible at a time.
You'd be great at...
How pissed off would you be that, shit, I've got superpower.
Oh, just a bit.
I can only do my arm.
Yeah, but think of the things you could do with that invisible arm. You could poke it round doors and grab things that are immediately on the other side of that door.
And no one would know.
Without anyone knowing.
You could wank on the train. Just put a mannequin arm in your sleeve.
But the whole time, because obviously you got your hand down your pants, maybe you got your dick out the whole time, scream and pretend you're being molested by a ghost. And everyone would be like, oh my God, look at that man, he's being molested by a ghost. Where in reality, wanking on a train.
You're molesting yourself.
What would the superhero's name be? Wanky Train Man.
Invisible-ish man.
Invisible-ish. I like that. What about the power to make one person forget the existence of highly pertinent words?
You struggled through that, didn't you?
Yeah, I was like, what's the right word for this? So for example, I could make you forget the word and. Oh.
That would be a nightmare.
You've lost one of your connectives there, mate.
Try
Lost one of them.
Try and have a conversation without that word.
Well, we're doing it now.
Yeah, because none of us have said it since.
Because I don't need to add anything on. Oh, I nearly said it then, but it was add.
You did.
But you lose that combination of letters as well.
Well, so you can't just have A and D in any combination?
Yeah. I still don't think we've done that.
So, yeah, but your name would be gone then.
No, I mean like, and. And. All right, that was a bad power. All right, we'll take that one away.
I would have the power.
Go on.
I would have the power to, with my mind,
right,
look at a box of Weetabix.
Go on.
And make one of them molten hot.
I think with that power, you've solved a problem that no one had until today.
Until we started this podcast.
We're out here solving solutions to problems we made.
And I would call... I think, though, to be fair, I think that'd be more of a supervillain, that one, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
The Biscuinator.
Because at a certain temperature, it's probably going to shatter a few bowls. Yeah. Molten hot, mate. That's going through your sideboard.
So... But because most supervillains are normally rich, aren't they? And they normally have like a corporate, like Lex Luthor, he's got his own corporation and stuff. Mm-hmm. My corporation would sell heat-proof bowls, cereal bowls, and I would take over the market so that every home in the United Kingdom would be full of heat-proof bowls.
It's so mundane. You'd have to create as well like a bunch of like side products like heat-proof spoons, fucking heat-resistant milk. Probably coming from heat-resistant cows.
Yeah.
Think about it. Because you get any hot Weetabix near the cow, if you're there on a farm on the source, you just turn them into leather.
Jerky.
Yeah.
Overcook the cow where it stands.
Okay.
What other powers could you have?
You could have, like, forced telekinesis.
What do you mean?
You temporarily give someone the power to move things with their mind. They'd have no control over it.
So I could make you be able to move stuff with your mind for 5 minutes.
But then you could take it away. So imagine they're like, I'd just follow someone around all day.
Imagine they're going, oh, look, I'll make you fly, kids.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
Halfway
Forced
up.
to the death.
He's thinking of really useful ways that this is going to improve his life. And suddenly it's taken away. I
would do sort of the same thing, but rather than give someone telekinetic powers briefly, I would make it so that anything they touch turns to cooked spaghetti. Or stays what it is, but takes on the properties of cooked spaghetti.
That's terrifying, right?
So if you pick up a baby, all of a sudden it becomes like limp.
Do you know what the scary thing is, though? Is it taking on fully the properties of cooked spaghetti? Fully.
How do you mean?
No, just tell me yes or no, Marc.
Yes.
So eventually that baby's going to dry out and become hardened like dry spaghetti. No longer able to put into a bolognese dish.
But to check if the baby's done, you'd throw it against the wall, wouldn't you? And if it's...
No one does that.
I used to do that. You not do that?
You're not Italian, Marc.
To check if the spaghetti's cooked, you take a bit and you eat it at the wall. If it sticks, it's cooked.
But why am I ruining my walls when I can just try it? I can just eat a little bit.
It's hot. You burn your mouth.
Oh, but it still keeps my walls.
Boy, have I got the toothpaste for you. Did you never do that? Did you never check the cookedness of your spaghetti like that?
No. If only there was a good way to do that with like chicken to see if it's still cooked or like, oh, the chicken, I'm wondering if it's raw on the inside. So you take the biggest, thickest bit and instead of cutting into it, you just lob it at the wall.
What I've heard that you can hold it next to a live chicken and if it's all the way cooked, the chicken will cry.
This week sponsored by Chicken Tears.
That'd be a great fucking name for a barbecue sauce line.
I thought you were going to say a great name for a band. Supporting like Blink 182 or
I'll take that
something.
as well, to be fair, yeah.
Chicken Tears. I like that.
So last time, shall I say, we were talking about Titanic, weren't we? You watched the Titanic.
Yeah.
And something popped up in my old news feed. Did you know there is an official motion picture film that's available to watch? It's like a proper film. It's available to watch on YouTube, should you choose to. Titanic 2.
What the shit?
Yes.
And what happens, Mark?
There is a degree of sinking.
Have you watched it?
I haven't yet,
Oh,
no.
okay.
But from what I understand, is that on the anniversary of the Titanic,
Yeah.
they get a big old boat,
Right.
and they have like a sail.
Shall we read a synopsis?
Yeah, so you see if you can find a synopsis.
I will be able to find a synopsis.
But from what I remember, it's not that the Titanic crashes into an iceberg. I think someone mentioned that there's a tsunami that throws an iceberg in front of the boat.
Oh my God, I can see it. Shane Van Dyke is in this film.
Never heard of him.
No, neither have I. I wonder if he's related to Dick Van Dyke.
Imagine me and Dick Van Dyke and calling your son Shane.
Shane. Here we go. Oh, he was the director.
Right.
Oh, and right. Okay, so there's more then. So, Titanic 2, honouring the 100th anniversary of its namesake.
When you edit this,
yeah,
can you put like dock noises in the back? So like a bell.
So it's like with the hair.
A bell and then some seagulls.
Oh, I'll just download it from freesounds.com. Titanic noises.
It's just going to be
bit of screaming.
Fuck. Happy dolphin noises.
There's a distant, and I mean very distant, implosion.
So distant because it's like 100 years in the future.
Yeah. So, honouring the 100th anniversary of its namesake, a modern luxury liner called Titanic 2 sets sail along the same path. When a looming iceberg spells doom, the crew struggles to avoid a similar fate.
Sinking.
Why be so vague? Why not just say, it's 100 years in the future, the premise is the same? Why bother with the effort? But, mate,
it's the Titanic with mobile phones.
Amazon, UK, 3.1 out of 5.
That's not bad.
That's fucking great.
That's all right.
I don't think I could make a film with that rating.
No.
But we are a 4.7 star
Yeah,
podcast
we
according to
fucking
Spotify. Just popping that in there.
So speaking of sequels,
Right.
there is a Titanic 3. But it's not called Titanic 3, it's called Titanic 666.
I can see it right here.
Now this one, I know what happens.
My God. Right.
So, again, they do like I think it's like an anniversary crossing or something.
Yeah.
With a replica Titanic.
Oh, what? Look, after the first one went down and then the second one went down, why do 664 more boats?
But in this one, someone sneaks aboard the Titanic.
Right.
And when they get over the original crash site, because in this one, it's important to say, in Titanic 2, they don't follow the same route as the Titanic.
Right, okay.
But in Titanic 666, they do.
Yeah.
And when they get over the original crash site, this person who stowed aboard does a ritual that brings all the victims back to life as zombies on the boat.
I thought you was going to say, as they got close, they unload the submersible and all the billionaires get on.
No, it brings all the victims of the Titanic crash back to life as ghosts and zombies. It's it's like a horror.
But why?
Why not?
All right, you got a point.
It brought to mind, like, how many films are there out there that have sequels that shouldn't? Like Die Hard.
The Bible.
Well, no.
Yep.
Like Die Hard, for instance. I know, like, the second one's sort of the same.
Right.
And the third one, like, you know what I mean? But how does it keep happening to him?
Yeah, like,
do you know what I mean?
What's this man doing wrong?
It's like, The first Die Hard is banging. The second Die Hard is banging as well, to be fair. And I can't remember the third one very well. But
And then there was more, wasn't there?
I think it goes up to 5, I think.
Let me have a look. Die Hard films. Oh, I've lost it.
But that's my point, though. Like, because the premise of the first and the second one are sort of roughly similar.
Right.
How does it keep happening to John McClane?
He's bad luck, isn't he?
I mean, the third one I kind of get because it's a relative of the bad guy in the first one who wants revenge.
Right.
Kind of get that. But explain Die Hard 2, 4 and 5 then. I'm sorry, but how does it keep happening to him? At some point you'd retire you, from the police, or you'd move.
He's a target. There's this podcast that I listen to. I know we're not the only one. It's fine. About
I thought we were. I thought we invented this.
There was a lady called Violet Jessup, and she was on the Titanic, right? And she survived. After that, she got on another boat, and it sank, and she survived. And then she got on another boat after that. Same company that did the Titanic,
White
I believe.
Star Lines.
Yep.
Yeah.
It sunk, and she survived. Right? You're telling me it's out of the realm of possibility that there's like 8 diehards.
Is there 8 diehards?
No, there's not. I'm looking at it here, and I think there's 6.
I know there's at least 5.
Right, there's Die Hard, Die Hard 2, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Live Free or Die Hard, A Good Day to Die Hard, and then there's McClane.
Oh, come on. Why wasn't that one called Die Hard 5, Why Won't You Die?
I think that as it goes along, he's getting older, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it should have said, A Good Day to maybe have a semi and try to thumb it in.
But other films, like, I don't understand how sequels, like Jaws.
Yeah.
Like, don't they blow the shark up at the end of Jaws?
Yeah, but that's where you are mistaken, because there's more Jaws.
It's just, you know what I mean? Come on.
I know. Yeah, but...
Lion King. There's more than one Lion King.
Yeah, because surely there was more than one kingdom.
It's Africa, isn't it?
Wait 1 sec. I caught the wrong end of the stick there. Oh, no. Right.
And there's a series
I thought
as
you
well
meant
called Lion
there's more than
Guard.
one Lion King.
No, there's films, you dickhead.
Right, okay.
There's sequels to the film.
Okay, I got completely off track there.
Another one as well that really pissed me off that's got sequels to. Have you ever heard the film Dragonheart?
No.
Dragonheart is a masterful piece of cinema, right?
What is it?
It's just so fucking cool.
Describe
So
it
basically
in 8 words. You're not having your moment here, Mark. I don't care about your film. 8 words, that's all you got. He's thinking.
Bad man, good dragon, both must die together.
Oh! Please don't drop my mics.
So essentially, there's this guy called Bowen. He's an honourable knight of the old code,
Right.
and he's training the Prince Einan.
Mm-hmm.
Prince Einan's dad is the king, and he's a cunt.
Right.
So Bowen's trying to teach him to not be like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the king tries to put down this revolt of the peasants. His peasants are revolting, and he's really cruel. But then his dad dies in this fight. Einan obviously then becomes king,
Right.
and he is wounded really badly. He's stabbed in the heart, basically, I think.
Okay.
And his mum, who's like a bit mystical, takes him to a dragon. And this dragon, played by Sean fucking Connery.
Okay.
Right.
He's a dragon.
Yeah.
All right. Is CGI or practical effects? Because this matters.
CGI dragon. And he gives Einan half of his heart.
Right.
So Einan can live.
Nice.
Yeah. And
That's old science, that is.
Einan turns out to be worse than his dad, essentially.
Right.
So Bowen, angry at this, decides he's going to kill all the remaining dragons. He becomes a really skilled dragon hunter because for some reason, blames the dragon, basically. He thinks the dragon heart corrupted Einan.
Oh, God. The dragon was trying to save him.
Well, then he finds the dragon who gave him half his heart, and he's called, believe it or not, he's called Draco.
Yeah, great.
That'd be like me having a son and calling him boy.
Boy.
You know what I mean? Or human.
Human.
So he finds Draco and he tries to kill him. Then Draco tells him that he is the last dragon.
Oh.
It's the final
Just
dragon.
the only one.
Yeah. And then basically they have this separate adventure, whereas Bowen and Draco sort of make friends.
Right.
And what they do is they have Draco attack villages full of peasants. Fake attack them. So Bowen can fake kill him.
Right.
For money from the peasants.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, that sounds clever.
Keep ripping off peasants by doing this. In the middle of this fantasy epic about trying to kill this tyrant king. And then at the end, basically, it turns out that while the dragon is alive, Einon can't die. So they have to kill the dragon to kill
That
Einon.
sounds like a tear-jerk moment at the end.
It is a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously at the end, they have to kill the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
The dragon who, remember earlier on, said he was the last dragon.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
There are about 5 or 6 Dragonheart films.
Oh, no. That's where you've caught me there.
I mean, do you know what I mean?
You can have too much of a good thing. You can.
Because I know in the second one they find an egg. Ooh. It's like Highlander. You seen Highlander?
Nope.
Oh, mate.
I'm not going to get any of these references.
Highlander, also Sean Connery. Basically, it's a world in which there are some people who are just randomly immortal.
Yeah.
And there's this one guy, Connor MacLeod, I think his name is. And the only way you can kill an immortal is to chop their head off.
Yeah.
And the prophecy says that once there's only one immortal left, they'll gain the prize.
The prize.
Right? And then all the sort of immortals are drawn to modern day New York, where
Just cause.
where Highlander manages to become the last immortal. He kills the bad guy. And then it never really tells you what the prize is.
Yeah, what did he get?
Just sort of like the prize.
Is he living a good life?
Yeah.
It was probably a mortgage in the middle of New York.
But he's then the last immortal.
Right.
So how is there not only more Highlander films, but a series?
Oh, God.
And the great thing about it is because when it starts, it's set in medieval Scotland.
Right.
Sean Connery, a man with a very famous Scottish accent, plays an Egyptian.
Oh, God.
But doesn't do anything to hide his Scottish accent.
Please tell me the sequels to these films are Highlander and Highest Lander. And then the one after that is Highest Landerer, Highest Landerist. While we're on the topic of like all this like mystical stuff, you have 2 children, Peter and Isaac, and when they have a birthday, Mark, you know, when the birthday comes and they have a party, have you ever hired a wizard?
No.
You've never hired a wizard?
Never hired a wizard.
I think it's... You ever hired a magician?
I haven't, but I've had a magician at my birthday parties.
And did you refer to him as a magician?
Yes.
When did we stop calling them wizards? When did we stop calling them wizards? When were they demoted to magicians?
I blame science. As soon as we found out how the wiggly wand tricks works,
Yeah, it was like...
that's when it happened, I think.
It's less wizzy, it's more magi.
So, I done got a Wikihow.
Mm-hmm.
It's that time of the podcast again.
I like this bit.
So, the difference between me and you, Daniel, to use your Christian name, the one God gave you, is that I am a married man.
Mm-hmm.
You are not. You have a girlfriend.
Yep.
A long-time partner.
Long time.
Long time. But you're not married. And that makes me better at relationships than you.
It's like getting...
Quantifiably.
It's like you've got a degree in relationships.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In fact, I've been married twice, so I'm 2-0.
You've completed relationships.
Yeah.
One of them fully complete. This one in progress.
Yeah, exactly. It's nearly done. But Well, that's a different podcast. So I found a Wikihow to help you out. To bring you and Millie closer together as a couple.
Okay.
And maybe get you over that finish line.
Right.
And into the beautiful world of matrimony.
It can't be that hard.
What? Marrying someone.
You're just in a relationship, then one of you goes, should we get married? The other one preferably says yes.
Yeah, but that's the point. Is she gonna? If you asked Millie to marry you now, would she say yes?
Oh.
No, of course she wouldn't. Look at you.
I mean, all right.
But this article's going to push you over the edge.
What she doesn't know is that I am a 4.7 star man. How could she possibly say
platform?
No? On Spotify.
Oh, what for this podcast?
We have 9 ratings, 2 of which are us. Okay, so that's 7 ratings.
But to be fair, I only rated as a 2.
You're bringing down the average, Mark. We could have been 5 stars.
I'm a 5-star man. Right, so this is how to win an I love you more argument.
Oh, no. This is great. Do you often find yourself in those, or have you reached the point in the relationship where you basically just call each other a twat all the time?
I've reached the point in my marriage where I can't remember the last time I told her I loved her.
Fuck. Which is concerning. Seeing as you tell me that basically every day.
I do love you.
Oh, I love you too.
I love you more.
Oh, I don't know how to win this yet.
You're going to find out.
Tell me, Mark. I need to be taught.
How do you possibly win an I love you more argument? Turns out there are a ton of ways. You just have to get creative. Here, we'll share some sweet and sassy comebacks that will make you... What?
Come back?
That will make you so admit defeat. That doesn't make sense.
Make your SO, significant other, admit defeat.
That's what it says.
We complete each other.
You're so young. Oh. That will make your SO admit defeat. Read on to come out on top the next time I love you more.
I prefer the acronym SU, significant others.
All others are significant.
Magnificent breasts.
Heavy breasts. Number 1, reply. I love you the most. Now, I will say that most of these replies have emojis in as well.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not going to...
Ignore the emojis.
Dazzle them with a word that's even better than more.
And that's the obvious one. That's
Dazzle.
Your first choice.
Dazzle.
I'm dazzled, mate.
You have to be pretty stupid to be dazzled by the word most rather than the word more.
Fair enough. The thing is, though, with the word more... Oh, no, it wouldn't work. I was going to say, couldn't you just say that back? And it's like, oh, I love you the most. And it's like, well, I love you a bit more than that.
Yeah.
Don't you just win?
I don't know, but let's see. So after you two have volleyed I love you mores back and forth like a ping pong match.
Hopefully the sedatives should start to kick in.
Doesn't say that.
Oh.
Throw them a curveball. Pull out the word most. And they won't know what hit them.
Great.
Who the fuck wrote this?
Great.
But there's some alternatives here. I have the ultimate level of love for you. My love for you is unparalleled.
My love for you burns with the power of 1,000,000 suns.
My love for you burns with the power of 1,000,001 suns. I love you more than what's humanly possible. That annoys me. That should be more than what it... No. I love you more than is humanly possible. That's what I should say. But anyway. Okay. I don't know how it's possible to love someone more than all the universe in all the skies.
Wait. That one doesn't sit right.
It doesn't, does it? Yeah.
What they could have said is, like the universe, my love for you is infinitely expanding.
And empty.
Empty.
Devoid of all life.
That we know of. You just got to give them the possibility that within our love, there are other beings.
And that possibility is the possibility of marriage.
Oh.
Keep them on the hook.
Yep.
Number 2, I think about you day and night. Say you're totally smitten to be 100% victorious. Tell them there's no way they can love you more since you're always on your mind. Your devotion will make them melt.
Wow.
So couple of
I don't.
couple of alternatives. Even after all this time, I'm absolutely obsessed with you.
I know we've done a lot of Wikihows. I think we're nearly reaching the bottom of the barrel, aren't we? Nearly. Because this is like, no one's ever thought, she said I love you, and I know there's going to be some kind of back and forth about who loves each other more.
How do we finish
How
this?
can I fucking win?
How can I be the best at love?
Your relationship is doomed.
Yeah, if you're so obsessed with wanting to win, with this argument. Number
Fucking
3,
hell.
I love you to the sun and back.
Well, I can top that. I love you to the sun and back, then back to the sun, then back again, and then to the sun and back. Just you preempt them saying a few more.
Declare your loves out of this world to win your silly fight. Tell them that there's nothing on earth that can compare to how you feel about them. You'll make them swoon with your adoring words.
My love for you is as vacuous as the distance between stars.
In my love for you, no one can hear you scream.
If a tree falls in the forest and there's no one around to hear me when it inevitably lands on my chest, my dying breath will be used to say, I love you.
I thought you were going to say, if a tree falls in my love for you and there's no one around.
Do I still love you at all? This is awful.
It is. Number 4.
I think
You're going to be my number 1 for an eternity. So tell them you'll always be their biggest fan to win them over.
okay.
Bring up words like eternity, forever, or endless. It'll be unmistakable that you'll always be there for your so.
All right, I can win that one. You are my number 0 because it's comes before 1.
You're my negative 1.
Fuck! Fucking shit.
See, this is why I'm married, man.
Oh my god. Always one step ahead.
Number 5. If I had to choose the best part of my life, it'd be you.
Fuck.
So essentially lie to them. Say you're a gift.
What's the favourite part of your life?
Favourite part of my life? Sleep.
I
No. I think my favourite part of my life is knowing that one day it'll be over.
You're wrong. It should be your wife. She's going to listen to this and be very upset.
Cut that.
I realised the other day...
My favourite part of my life is your wife. This is the best one. I think so, anyway.
Right, okay.
I've got proof I love you more. I bought you a PS5.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell.
Be over the top and give them a gift to come out on top of your fight. This is a great call for a special milestone like their birthday or anniversary. Use a thoughtful gift as evidence of how much you adore them.
This is turning toxic.
Number 7. All the dictionaries in the world wouldn't have words to describe my love. Aren't all the dictionaries in the world the same?
Depends in different languages.
Yeah, but it's just a dictionary for the same words, just a different way of saying them.
But they don't. There's some words in other languages that just don't exist in ours.
That's not a myth. That's a myth.
Nah.
No, it doesn't exist.
Why are you being like this?
Why are you being like
I
this?
feel like you're wrong.
Well, prove me wrong.
I'm going to find a word. Words that don't exist.
Can I just say that when I
In
used to do this with
English.
Alexa, it was a lot smoother.
Yeah, but we can't hear Alexa. Right. Okay. No. Don't. She just tried piping up then. Okay, right. Here's some words. Here's one. It's a German word. Waldeinsamkeit. Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
Go on.
Bread.
It's not bread.
Toast.
It's not an offshoot of bread.
Crumpet.
But Mark, it's not a delicious yeasty treat, all right?
Milk.
It's not milk. I'll tell you what it is. It's the feeling of solitude and connectedness to nature when being alone in the woods. They've got a word for that feeling.
Yeah, so have we. You've just said it.
What?
It's the feeling of solitude and connectedness
That's
to
not
nature.
one word.
Stick some hyphens in there.
It's just a really fucking long
Sprinkle
word.
some hyphens.
Like that town in Wales.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really long.
Just because they've condensed a sentence to a word.
Yeah.
So, no, sorry. You're incorrect.
I'm not. Carry on. We've derailed it now.
8. 1 trillion poems couldn't capture how much I love you.
9 trillion. We can disprove all of these. They're not. They've told us
These aren't winners, are they? I don't feel.
Have we? Is there a part where they're going to go right? Here's how you counterattack. Because they're telling us like ways to say how much you love someone, but they're not telling us definitively how to defeat the person you love.
I think
I think
the next couple do.
100%.
I think so.
Right. Okay. Try them.
Number 9. Hey,
Yeah.
this isn't a competition, but if it were one, I'd win.
All right. Yeah. Okay. That's
definitive.
That's a win.
That's a threat. If anything,
At that point, you can bank those points. You got it. You've won. Have all the love.
Number 10. So let's use this in practice. So tell me you love me.
I love you.
I love you more.
I love you most.
I know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
End the argument by soaking up your so's love. Get a little cocky and say you're already totally aware that they adore you. It's a great way to stop them in their tracks and make them laugh. Like, here's some alternatives. Tell me something I don't know. Okay, sounds good to me. Or, how could you not?
Oh my God.
I know.
I've got a better idea. Right. Do it.
I love you.
I love you more.
I love you more.
I love you most.
I love you more than that.
Well, I've run out because I've spent it all. I've spent all the love.
And this is the end? You have no more love to give?
I just gave you all of it.
It's not
all
enough.
of the love.
Yeah, but I have more to give, so then I win.
Because you didn't use enough.
So I'm better at rationing my love.
Everyone has the same amount.
Should we just? That's how we can end this. Just agree that everyone in the world has the same amount of love to give.
I've used mine on you. Why are you keeping love?
Because I want to make sure that you know that I love you tomorrow as well. So I keep a little bit to give you the next day and the next day.
I want it back.
You can't.
Give me it back.
You can't reclaim love.
Just give me some of it back.
All right, here's a little bit.
All right. And I will use that for tomorrow.
Okay.
I think I win this one.
Fair. Yeah. Last one. Number 11. Let's just agree that we love each other equally.
Yep. That don't work.
So you're not really arguing, but calling a truce is still pretty cute. Remind them that love doesn't have to be a battlefield. Focus on what really matters, your feelings for each other, and celebrate that you're both completely in love. Some alternatives. Why don't we call it even? We're both 100% in love. I don't want to argue. Let's just call a truce. I think we should call it a day and just cuddle.
Here, sign this treaty.
Treaty of Versailles, but for love. So, it's really shit because Millie's not here. I want you to test it. And I think if I ring Sophie now, I think she'll be still struggling to put the kids to bed on her own because I'm here.
Try your mum.
Right.
I'm going to pause it.
Hello.
Are you alright?
Yes, thank you. Are you, sweetie?
Yeah, not too bad.
Good.
I just thought I'd ring you to tell you that I love you.
I love you too. What do you want?
I love you more.
Oh, right. So what do you want?
I love you more.
Yeah, I love you too, darling. But what do you want?
You've really fucked this up, you know, Mum.
Have I? Why?
Yeah. Well, you're on the podcast.
Oh no. Oh no, I'm not. Am I?
Yeah.
Oh no.
We've just read an article about how to win an argument when you say to your partner, "I love you more,"
Oh, I see.
and you fucked it
But I'm
up by
your-
not replying.
But I'm not your partner.
Yeah, but Sophie might be putting the kids to the bed, and I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, I see.
And there's
Oh, right,
there's nothing
okay.
more wholesome than a mother's love.
Do you know?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay then. Shall we start again then?
No, you fucked it. I'm gonna. No, do you know what? I'm gonna try Sophie. No, you fucked it. I'm gonna try Sophie. Bye.
Penis?
I'm gonna try Sophie.
Oh, we had a good go, didn't we? She just don't love you that much.
No.
What?
Hiya.
Hi.
You alright?
Yeah.
Yeah. You busy?
No. Oh, what? You're not involved in the podcast, are you?
No. I just thought I'd ring you to tell you I love you.
No, you haven't. Why am I on your podcast?
Because I'm ringing to tell you I love you.
No, you're not.
I am.
No, I'm not. What are you going to try and sell me?
I'm not selling you any.
Listen to
I'm just
me.
selling you some love.
Well, I don't want it.
You've really fucked this up, you know.
Have I?
I tried to ring Mum and do this, and she fucked it as well, and now you fucked it.
Oh.
We did a Wikihow article about how to win an argument, you know, when you say I love you more back to each other,
All right.
and how to win that.
Okay.
But none of you have got it.
Okay. Try again.
I love you.
Thanks.
Oh, no, because
She
that,
won.
that was number 10.
No, put the phone down, quick.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you, bye.
Well, she won.
She won marriage.
There we go.
There you go. So,
Da-da-da-da-da-da. That's it, 53.
episode 53. Doing good. Hey, Dan.
Yep.
Love you.
And so do 7 other people who've rated us on Spotify. We're polyamorous up in here.
And always remember it.
No one asked for it.
No one needed it.
But this was it.
It was the Dark Forecast.